Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to our subscribers, whether you're a new subscriber or a long-time subscriber. Well, there's no tutorial today, but what I am going to do, I'm going to just explain a bit about what I do. Several of you have asked me what I do on a day-to-day business when I'm not recording videos. Now what I do is I run my own crafting business, selling products that I've made and designed myself. Obviously, I had to stop that when I was looking after my husband, but since he's passed on, I've reinstated it again. And if you've been with this channel for a while, you will have seen me make things like, you will definitely have seen me make this clipboard. So what I thought I'd do is show you a few of the things that I make to sell and what I'm going to be doing in the new year. So I'll just do a quick one because some of these you will have seen, well, this one anyway, you will have seen before. So this is a mini clipboard. It's half a size of an A4 mount board, which I've covered with paper. The clip is actually a hair clip, which I got from Accessorize. I get most of my clips from Accessorize because they've got such a fantastic range. And the papers, this particular one is wrapping paper, but I could get my wrapping papers anywhere I find them. I think this particular one, I think it came from, well, it used to be called W.H. Smith. It's now called T.G. Jones. Well, the big shops are anyway. Unless you go to an airport or a train station, then they're still called W.H. Smith, but that's another story. So anyway, I got this from my local, let's say local stationery store, I think. And it's got straw. I was inspired by the clip, which came from Accessorize. But then I wanted a paper to go with it, and I found this in a stationery store. So I've got about 3 or 4 because I sell quite a lot of these fruit-themed clipboards. They seem to be quite popular. So I was trying to find somewhere to put it once I've shown it to you. I'll slide it under there for now. And one of my best sellers are my Transformer toys. Now I'm going to just slide that out a bit. You may have seen this before. Some of you may have seen these before, but if you haven't, this is what they are. These are some people call them reversible toys, but when I designed them, I decided to call them Transformer toys, simply because they transform from one to another. This is Kanga and Roo from the Winnie the Pooh series, but if you lift the skirt, or pull the skirt, and pull it down like this, doing it in restricted area is not ideal. As you can see, Kanga and Roo transform to Pooh Bear himself, and that's going to have to go on the floor because I haven't got room to put him anywhere. And some of the other things I do, oops, upside down, that's a good start, isn't it? Now, I make gift boxes. Now, they're not just any old gift boxes. I mean, lots of people will make and sell gift boxes, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're very good. But I like to, me being me, I like to try and do things a little bit differently so that they don't look like everybody else's gift boxes. Now, this is just an ordinary 2-inch deep. The lid comes off, as most gift boxes do. And this is one of my sample boxes, which is why it looks a bit battered. It's the one I use for demonstrations when I'm showing people products. So this is a sample box, and I'm surprised it's still together because I only put it together with tape, and it's been pulled about and played with so many times. As I say, I'm surprised it's still together. I used my interest in painting to paint the lemons, and it says, twist the lemon to see the loveliest gift of all. Now, they don't all say lemon. If it was a strawberry, the strawberry one says, I've got a strawberry box, which is over the other side of the room, but it's made the same way. It says, twist the strawberry to see the sweetest gift of all. But when you do, you can put anything inside, but when you do twist, in this case the lemon, you will see a mirror. That's a mirror. It's difficult to see, but it is actually a mirror. So if I'm not sure you can, no, you can't see that, but I was trying to wave at you through the mirror. But you can see you can see my orange jumper there, but I'm not sure you can see me. Oh, yes, you can. There you go. There I am, sort of. So that's a mirror. When you look, you can see a mirror. So I'll put that down so you don't have to look at my face any longer. And then you just swing it shut. And these mirrors were also brought from Accessorize. I've never seen mirrors like this anywhere else. So Accessorize aren't paying me to say that. This isn't a sponsored video. It's just that if I find a product that I use that I like to make use on my products, I like to give a shout out to where I got it from, because one of the things I'm trying to do in my business is to help physical shops stay open. So if I see anything in a shop, a real shop, not an online shop, that I like, I will give them a shout out and say, hey, this came from wherever. So that's one of the things I do. And the box is just an ordinary, in this case, it's a 6x6 square box. Inside, it's this particular one is 2 inches deep. Some of them are a bit narrower. None of them are any deeper than 2 inches. This is an inch wide or an inch deep lid. So this one's been used quite a few times, so it's getting a bit moth-eaten now. And one of the other things which are proving popular, especially recently, are my drinks coasters. On the back, I've just got some felt. Now this one, I get that's one of the other questions I was going to answer. People say, where do you get your inspiration from? Now let's just bring that in a bit closer. I'll take it out again in a minute because I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing in the new year. I get inspiration from almost everywhere. Nature, certainly. Food, definitely. But this one came from a humble donut, which I got at, I believe, Krispy Kreme, but don't hold me to that. And it's one I saw, and I liked the image. I couldn't just take a photograph of it, so of course I had to buy them. And of course, the good thing about using food as inspiration for your products is you can eat it afterwards. I don't mean the product, I mean the food. So I brought the donut and then I ate it afterwards, after I'd finished photographing it. So this one I actually used. It did start out as a set of 4, but as people have come to the house to visit, they've actually liked them and said, could they have one? So I'm now reduced to 1 from a set of 4. But that's no problem. I can make some more, which I probably will later on. And so that's one of the things I do. And one thing I've started doing recently is doing personalised, what are those things called? Drinks coasters, that's the word. I couldn't remember what they were called for a minute. Now, I hope that none of my family are watching because these are members of my family. And so that's my handsome nephew Neil and his 2 delightful children. And what I'm going to do, so if any of my family is watching, I don't think my sister watches my channel. I hope she doesn't anyway, because this is, I don't mean that unkindly, I mean simply because this is going to be her Christmas present. So, and on the back, once again, we've got some felt. So all you do, don't immerse these in water, you just wipe them over. So these are a set of 4, and I've made a box to go with them. And this started out, or the box started out, I'm going to have to make another box because this is one of my sample boxes. and that is coming apart because I've only put it together with tape. So what I might actually do is just undo it and put glue on it. So on the front of the box, it will say 1 set of drinks coasters. And so they are the main things that I sell in my business. And one thing I'm going to be doing in the new year, I haven't finished writing the program yet, is I'm going to be teaching other people who want to start their own business. So if they want to start, originally, the funny thing about, I must tell you this funny story because it wasn't funny at the time, but it is now. What had happened was someone had asked me, one of my students had asked me if she'd finished one of my courses, and she said she would like to run her own craft business. And after saying that, she actually said it in a live online thing that I did on Zoom some years ago, or some time ago. And others said the same. So I wrote the whole program, about 4 or 5 modules, just simply for craft, so that people could start their own craft businesses if they so wished. Then I got people approaching me and saying, after I'd actually written the program, I was about to start it, we were all set, ready to go, and then someone came up to me and said, could that be, they were a service-based business, they didn't do products, could I adapt it? Because they come on my course to run a service base. So I had to rewrite, or I decided to rewrite the entire program so that it's suitable for any type of business. So in January, I'll be teaching, mainly online, how to start your own business if you want to. And I've used my experience with painting, for want of a better word, to design my own graphics. I won't show you them all, but because we'll be here all day. But I will be starting with a free challenge, and I'm going to be using a snowman for that. I'm just going to pop that out just a bit so you can see all my other clutter on my desk, but that's no problem. So what I do with this one, I photographed it in stages. So a single snowball will be how we start our business, and then as you build more layers, you build it up. And so I've done the snowman. And we will be having a section on where to sell your products and services. So this was just, it says my shop and office. It didn't say that, it said my craft shop. Let me turn that round so that you can actually see it. It actually did say my craft shop, but because I've been asked to develop it into a course for any type of business, I've had to change it. So I've had to change the top, I had to redraw it, and I added the Instagram and the Facebook because people sell on Instagram and Facebook as well. So one of the things we'll be teaching is having a target. So one of your first aims might be to make 5,000 a month by the end of February, or in this case, the 20th of February. But that's just a made up thing. That's a made up date. And we have a bridge technique, so we can have different steps. That's the complete bridge. So let me turn that round so that you can see it. So step 1 is where you are now, where they are now, and step 7 is where they want to be, which is at the end of their completed business. Now we have, this is about attracting, how you attract clients and customers to your business. That's to do with marketing. As you can see, it's a bit of a wonky arrow, but that's all right. And this one is about advertising, how to be the world, or how not to be the world's best kept secret. So you can have the best business in the world, but if you don't do any advertising, no one's going to know. So that's what I've been doing. That's what I do. I've been working a lot on this. I've got 3 modules already done, which are in a briefcase somewhere. I think they're behind me, which are out of reach, but if I showed you that, we'd be here for hours. So anyway, that's what I do. I'm working on this, and I have been making my products for quite some time now. So I hope that answers those of you who ask, what do I do on a day-to-day basis? I hope that's answered your questions. And that's, of course, as well as doing all the normal things you do every day or during the week, like shopping, housework, and all the other glories that come with it, cooking. So that's what I do. That's my week. And twice a week, I slip in and do a video for you. So I'm hoping not to change that schedule, but next year, when I start my teaching, it may have to change, but hopefully not. So for now, we'll still be carrying on Tuesdays and Fridays with our YouTube videos. So if this is if you're one of those that have asked for this, I hope you've enjoyed it. And even if you haven't, I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I do in my world of crafting and my world of business. And I will be back on Tuesday now with a regular crafting project for you. So I'll see you then. And in the meantime, take care, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.